You know what I mean? You back feel better? Hell no. Hell no. Don't feel better. Child, my shit hurt. But I'm here for y'all because I'm here for y'all. So you already know we go live here on TikTok and the Nosy Bystanders on YouTube and the Nosy Bystanders on the Voices app. All three have live chat, so you can chat on all three of the platforms. And hello, everybody. Tony Braxton, GST. Well, since it's Sunday and we try not to get into every celebrity's business on Sunday, but Sundays, since this is our first Sunday as the Nosy Bystanders, I'm thinking maybe you should just tell me what we should talk about and we talk about it. Normally throughout the whole week, I always come with the news, right? The celebrity news. But this week, I'm going to take suggestions. Hello from DC. So we will start with Tony Braxton. You just have to give me a few seconds to pull it up, okay? Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome. Don't worry, that Wendy Williams tea is coming this week. So I was supposed to drop it yesterday, but I blew my back out. So it won't be coming today. And let's see what's going on with Tony Braxton. All right. Hello, YouTube. Hello, everyone on the Voices app. Hello, how are you? I don't see anything in here. You're going to have to give me more than Tony. We love Tony. We love a good Tony Braxton, honey. She'll make you cry. Not your back. That's what I'm saying, fine apple rim. I don't know what that means, but hello. So I don't know what's going on with Tony Braxton, so you're going to have to tell me. So I'm going to pull up all the chats because I want to see all your faces. And I want to see everybody's names. So we have Lucinda, Last Bone. Is it Yemi? Workouts with Jan. Hello, Olivia. Hello, Justina. Hello, Kia. Hello, Ashley. Who do we have here on the Voices app? Let me pull this up. We have, it's going to take a little bit to load. Give me a second. And then let me see who we have here on TikTok. Oh, we have Designs by Charlie. We have Sixfo, Mrs. Plant, April, Hey Y'all, ZZ. Is it BKY 10 Bear? Love. Is it Black Beauty? Nicole, Cynthia. Is it Fran? Can you tell me what your nickname is? Monica, Kelly, Wesley William. Hello, Wesley William. Hello, Dr. Diaz. Hello, Keisha. Who do we have? Joy, Brown Delight. We got everybody in the building. Oh, everybody in the building. Oh, y'all just being messy on Sunday, honey. Well, welcome. What's up, Coco? What's up, Beauty? What's up, Six Word? Yeah, we got everybody in the building. I'm trying to see who's on Voices, but it's not telling me nothing. So everybody in the Voices app who's using the chat, tell me in the chat because I can't see for shit. Hello, Lexi. Hello, Missy. Hello, Sierra. So it's Sunday. We have no news because we wrap that up Monday through Friday. So whatever it is you want to discuss, let's talk about it. Hello, June. Hello. Oh, we got it. So Mika, Sierra, Trisha, Loretta, the oldies but goodies. We have Ashley, Clarence, Kim, Motherhood. Who else do we have here? Who dat here is who's here. The AI article, someone stated, this is from Clarence. I think it's Clarence. Clarice, I'm sorry. They stated the AI article you talked about, the guy who interviewed the AI was fired because he told them it was sentient. I think he was put on leave. So I believe he was on leave. And then again, if you want to go live as a co-host, you have to use the Voices app, okay? So who dat? I know, that's what I'm asking, Stacy. So if you want to go live and be a co-host, you just have to use the Voices app. Obviously, there are no parameters like they do here on YouTube and they do here on TikTok, where you got to have an account and such and such and such. They're on the Voices app. We can hear you. So I have a bunch of hands up. So let's see who our co-hosts are this evening. We have Brenda, Sister Girl Jess, and Eamon. So these are our co-hosts this evening. Okay, we're going to keep it to a minimum of 3 just so everyone doesn't get chopped up over everyone's voices. Hello, Eamon. Let's talk about Lori Harvey as the GOAT. Yes, I wanted to talk about that. So I'm Missy Boo. I'm so glad you brought it up. Yes. So I have my co-host on the stage and I have everyone here on YouTube and everyone here in the voices. Let's talk about Lori Harvey. Okay. Let's talk about Lori Harvey. Okay. She is who I want to talk about today. All right. Because she's a GOAT. We know that the Kevin Samuelites are coming after her for being the GOAT. And we don't even care about their opinions, right? They're a bunch of just no name, no brain, nobody. So we're not going to actually discuss what they think of Lori Harvey. Here, well, this will be a praise Lori Harvey event, okay? And how she seamlessly has moved from man to man to man to man to man without saying any more than 2 words. So, my co-host, what do you think? Hello, co-host. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Hello, everyone.
Yes, I can hear you. Just, I'm making tacos right now.
Not you making tacos while we're talking about the goat.
The goat? You talking about Laura Harvey?
Yes.
Laura Harvey.
She's the dating goat. She's the dating goat is what she is. And we
Not
love
means
her.
I get around.
No, not
You
just.
know, y'all calling her the goat?
Yes, like the
it's. We used to call her back in the day.
Brenda, GOAT means the greatest of all time. That's what the GOAT means. She's the greatest of all time. That's an acronym.
Okay. Did she date Puffy's son and then date Puffy?
That's correct.
Y'all call her a goat because she breaking hearts out here.
So she the goat now. You know that ain't what we used to call her.
What you used to call him, Brenda? Hose? Brenda. Oh, Brenda. Brenda.
Miss Brenda, I missed you. What'd you say? I said I missed you. They call it a family affair. Back in the day, it was called a family affair. You messing with the daddy and the son?
Yeah, I guess it's a family affair. Now let me ask you guys a question, Peanut Gallery. Okay.
That's gonna be sitting at the family table.
Hold on. Let me ask you. I'm gonna mute you real quick. But let me ask you guys a question, and you guys too in the chat. Now, mind you, I can read all the whole chat, so don't think that I can't read it. I see all the slander in the chat room. Okay, I can see all the slander in the chat. Okay. Is that bad that she dated the father and the son?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? Brenda, let me hear from you first.
Girl, how you gonna date the son and then feel like the daddy can do it better? What is that?
30 seconds right there.
You know what I'm saying? And then his son had it first, right?
Uh-huh.
And all he had to do is talk to the dad and say, Daddy, this how you do it. You know, that's so
That's how you beat the guts up.
Hold on. One second. I want to hear from you guys one at a time because I want to make sure we can hear it clearly. Now, Brenda said that it's a family affair and basically that the father and the son could just tag team, crib notes. But Eamon, I want to hear from you. Tell me what you think. You don't think that you think there's something wrong with dating the father and the son?
Yeah, I think there's just something wrong with that. I mean, just morally, because that's like the stepmom and the stepson,
Okay, fine. That's fair enough. And sister girl Jess, do you have any opinions on him dating the father and the son?
Wait, hold on, step back. Isn't Diddy dating one of the city girls?
Yeah, Carisha or Young Miami, I think you guys know her as Young Miami. But Carisha's not related to Lori Harvey, so I don't think that's an issue. Hello, everyone in the chat. I can see you. Hello.
Okay, well, I just think it's just nasty. And my son said it's thought. What'd you say?
She said yes.
My son said it's thought activity.
Okay, but we don't want to hear from. Come on, we understand that though. But hear me out. Now, hear me out, right? Okay, hear me out on this one. She's 25, obviously very attractive. Okay, she was done with the son and she moved on to the daddy. Now, if a man did that, what would we call him?
A hoe. A hoe, exactly.
Well, let's be honest, we would call him a pimp.
Yes, we would, right? Men do it all the time. That's right, CJ Williams. Men do it all the time. So we will call him a PIMP according to 50 Cent, but Lori Harvey does it. And
don't make that right. Just because men do it, don't make that right.
Okay, so minus T minus.
They don't.
Hold on, but minus P. Diddy or Puff Daddy or Puff Pastry and his son, But what about all the other slew of men she did? She did a Future. She, Puff, you know, she did. What's up?
As long as you know what?
Yes.
If she hadn't did the Daddy and the Son, I'd be like, get it, girl. You know, hey.
Yeah.
I used to do it too, baby. I like variety, but you don't get the original. As the one said a while ago, you don't get to do the original and the remix.
You call it not the original and the remix. Now remember, back in the 90s, Mariah Carey was doing it. Ain't nobody had a problem with that. Now remember, Brenda, you were missing Friday, but Friday we were actually discussing Tracee Ellis Ross. Now remember Tracee Ellis Ross, the Diana Ross's daughter, is being accused of breaking up a TV producer's marriage. He goes by the name of Kenya Barris, and she's being accused of breaking up his marriage. But while looking into the allegations against Tracee Ellis Ross and Kenya Barris, Dr. Diaz actually pulled up her mom's track record, and her mom had the slew of track record when it came to men in Hollywood. And we didn't say nothing about Diana Ross having, whose baby did she have? Who she broke up someone's marriage. What was the music producer's marriage?
Berry Gordy.
Berry Gordy, right? So she had Berry Gordy's baby, right?
Berry.
So we don't say nothing about Tracee Ellis Ross.
Did you say Berry?
Yes.
Berry Gordy. Yes.
Yeah, Berry Gordy. That's right. Okay. So she broke up.
She actually had a baby by Berry Gordy.
Now,
no,
Brenda,
I didn't even know that.
You should know that. How'd you not know that, Brenda?
Diana Ross was a thought. Well, my goodness.
Well, we love Diana, though. I won't take no slander.
I mean, hey, I ain't sleeping with her. We good. I ain't sleeping with her. She can be a thought. I like her music, so she can do whatever she go in the room, go right ahead.
So because
that's why she was no mountain high enough. Hey.
Okay. But time out. So it's okay for Diana Ross to be a hoochie because she makes music, but Lori Harvey can't because she has no discernible talent.
They both they still fit in that same category. Thank you.
But you're
fit the same. Both
I mean, she does got talent. I mean, you know, evidently her that mouth and whatever she got going on downstairs has got the boys going nuts.
Oh my Lord.
Okay, time out. Hold on. But what I'm asking is, because you said it, Brenda, you said, but Diana Ross can sing. So it sounds like you're making excuses for Diana because she has a talent. Is that so? Brenda? Because Brenda, you sounded perked out, Brenda. You sounded like you
giving Diana too stunned to speak.
Sound like you giving Diana Ross a slide, but you're not gonna give one to Lori Harvey. Moving on.
You know what?
What's up?
Diana, she was a thought too.
Okay.
I just didn't know she had by Berry Gordy, who was married.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that girl, she needs to stop that.
Okay, well, that baby is like 40 now.
Lord Harvey.
I can tell Brenda.
I'm talking about Diana Ross. She said, hold on, Brenda, hold on. She said she needs to stop. I said, girl, Diana Ross's baby is 40 now. That baby is 40, honey. It's a little too late for that. 50, almost 50, according to Nikesha. Almost 50. Yeah. So come on, right? So moving on, right? So I want to talk about another thing. Beyonce removing her profile pictures from all hold on one second.
When I was young, you know, I was a heifer. But you know, people think it's gonna forever be young. You don't get old and they're gonna be talking about it's beat up. You better take it from an old school. Yeah, a heifer, Sierra. I used to be a heifer.
Brenda,
like you can't get to get beat up like
Brenda girl.
Not Sierra, but Laura Harvey. Hers gonna be beat up.
Brenda.
Oh, it's gonna be beat up, girl.
Brenda, hold on 1 second. Now, Brenda, we got you. But let me get into the next story, okay? I promise you, I'll give you all the commentary.
Okay, let's go.
So, Beyonce has removed all of her profile pictures from her social media, and people are speculating that she is dropping a new album. Well, someone had pointed out that Michelle and Kelly Rowland had taken a picture together and posted it, I believe, on Snapchat. And it stated at the bottom in the caption, 2 of Destiny's children. And so people are speculating that there might be a Destiny Child album. They think that this is what this is. So let me ask you guys in the audience, in the chat, and the my co-host, do you think, would you be excited for a new Destiny's Child album? And before you answer, we talked about it Friday, and we stated that I personally don't care for another Beyonce album. I think Lemonade should have been Beyonce's last album. I think that it was a great crescendo to her life and her career. And if she were to do a joint venture with Destiny's Child, I think that that would be great. I think that Beyonce herself should not be releasing more independent music, because Lemonade, to me, in my personal opinion, seemed like the perfect album to leave on a high note. So let me hear from you guys. What do you think of Destiny's Child attempting to come out with another album?
I think it's good for the other girls more so than for I mean, it's a supportive. I think it would come out being supportive of them, because their pockets ain't as fat as Beyonce's.
That's true.
So yeah. it's a to me, I think it's a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Especially with the pockets, right? I think Kelly is married, or she has a baby by some.
She's married. She has a baby,
but he's like a Saudi prince or something. Like, he's got like billions, So I'm not too worried about.
Yeah, I think Kelly's well off though. But Kelly's music did really good after. Like, Kelly did good music wise, because Kelly was writing music too and stuff afterwards. I don't know about Michelle, because Michelle couldn't dance really good. Because, she was tripping over herself and stuff. And she was always a step behind everybody. I don't know what Michelle was doing, but...
He said she was a step behind.
Yeah.
Go watch her doing live.
I know, she done fell.
Michelle was always just kind of like, hey, she was kind of behind.
Yeah. So, yeah, maybe. Could be. I think it'd be good for Destiny's Child. I love that. Their last album, I think, it's way too... It's so far in the past, right? The album came out my junior year of high school. Their last album, Destiny's Child's last album, I think it was called Destiny Fulfilled, and it was a great album. And I'm like, hey, I'd totally be down to listen to another one. Give Michelle another chance, is what the crowd says. Michelle's your favorite, Wu Child. Oh, I didn't know that. Michelle was a lot of people's favorites. I always liked Michelle's voice. I liked Michelle. I did. So we have another co-host who had her hand up. June. Hello, June. How are you?
Hey, girl. So I agree with you, Stephanie, with, like, I think Beyonce has kind of done all that. Like, you done it all, girl. You good. We good. And I'm a part of the Beehive, so let me say that.
Yeah.
But I also was an even bigger Destiny Child fan. I would love a new Destiny Child album, and I would love a tour with all of the original members, minus, like, Farrah. But, like, yeah. I would love to see, like, a tour with all of them. I think it's time, and I don't know. I love Michelle's voice. She do be with the choreography. She gotta, I don't know. But I would love to see a new album by them. And like I said, a tour with all, like, the original members, with LaToya Luckett and Latavia. I think that would be dope.
Yes, I totally agree. You said with LaToya, I don't know if that's going to happen. I think she wrote enough scandalous books about Destiny's Child and how she felt like she got the boot. So I don't know if they're going to just let her back in with open arms. At least not Beyonce. Okay, Kelly and Michelle might. But again, Michelle didn't know LaToya.
Yeah.
So I don't, it's really up to Beyonce. Come on, so Beyonce is a fucking one-woman show.
Yeah.
Let's be realistic, okay? Is it based? This is from Sophia. She said Beyonce would do music just for fun at this point. Yeah, like Beyonce gets. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Beyonce actually doesn't write any of her own music. the most that Beyonce does currently is she will be as a writer on a lot of her music just for the hook, right? So she'll get that writer credit for the hooks. But a lot of her music, if you didn't know, was most of it's written by rappers. Offset, I'm sorry. Quavo wrote her and Jay-Z's last song. She has a lot of songs. She has a song written by Future. She also has music written by Young Thug. So a lot of her music currently that she actually sings, that you hear her singing, the reason why the tempo is different is because it's actually rap lyrics. Okay. So yeah, so Ray Shmurda, that's correct. So Beyonce, she just picks up music for fun. Honestly, she does. And a lot of them will just they will, I forget what the word is they'll showcase their music to her, right? So they'll send over some catalogs to her management. A bunch of rappers will do it, and then she'll just be like, oh, this one sounds good, I think I could do it, and it's really her just challenging herself. So she actually doesn't actually produce or write any of her own music, which I like.
I think at this point Beyonce could do a nursery rhyme, sing nursery rhymes, and she would still make millions off of it. People would be like, oh, this is the best thing ever. This, because I think the fandom around her has come to that.
Yeah, which I don't get, but
I just don't want to see her no more singing movies. I'm done with her and singing movies. Like,
Beyonce can't act. I wish people would just let it go.
She can't act. Forget even singing music. Forget musicals. She cannot act.
Yeah, that's true.
And I said it.
No, she done tried several times, and I hate
the Dreamgirls movie. I was done with it. Anytime I see her in the movie, I just be like, "Hey, yo, skip this whole part. I'm done with this."
Yeah. Ooh, really? Oh, yeah. I'm not a big Beyonce. I mean, I liked Lemonade because I thought it was because I watched Lemonade. Let me correct myself. When Lemonade was released, I purchased it and watched it as a film on my TV. So I never actually listened to the album. I watched the visuals and listened to the album simultaneously through Tidal Music. Tidal Music had it, and HBO Max had it when it was released at midnight. So I watched it. So that's why I think it was just visibly beautiful, right? The lyrics, the poetry, the score was nice. Everything in the whole Lemonade album from beginning to end, because you have to watch it. It's a film. It's a visual album. And I was like, this is great, right? I think it sucks because one, she released all the bad songs about smashing your boyfriend's cars, right? While still
Jasmine Sullivan already did that.
Yeah, no, not even that, but just like still with her husband. And then at the end of the song, she's like, well, I'm staying with him anyway. So if you left your husband 6 weeks ago when I released these songs, that's too bad because I stayed with my cheating 2-timing husband. She's awful.
In my opinion, very unpopular.
Yeah. But anyway, we need to talk about the fact that Rod Wave was supposed to put out an album.
Oh, wait, let's not talk about Rod Wave. I'm not a fan of his. He's a colorist.
What?
Rod Wave is a huge colorist, like a bad one too.
Rod Wave?
Yes, dude. They pulled up a lot of his old Tumblr. Yes.
What were you saying, sister girl?
Yeah.
What do you mean colorist though?
Like he has he there's he used to have a Tumblr account. It's a website or an app, and he would make a lot of disparaging comments about dark-skinned Black women.
Oh no. Hey, I'm never heard of this. Lovely Black woman. Okay, what I was saying, in unpopular opinion, this is my opinion, don't think Beyonce can sing.
No?
I think she's an okay singer, but she's a super performer. I think she's more of a great performer as opposed to being a great singer.
Yeah. Oh, let me answer one question. Somebody asked me in the comments, what song did Future write? That Beyonce song sang? Drunken Love. Future wrote Drunken Love in like 2000 and I don't know, 9 or some shit. Drunken Love. Look up Drunken Love Future. It's Future's song. He sold it to Beyonce and Jay-Z. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I think it was Brenda talking. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I don't think it was me.
Sister girl?
No, I said what I had to say. I just I thought June might want to want to cuss me out a little bit, but I don't want you to.
Oh,
but...
see, listen, I'm grown. I'm not about to cuss you out about your opinion.
Okay, good.
Beyonce.
Thank you.
I love Beyonce, but as a big Beyonce fan, like,
yeah,
I think that she can sing, but honestly, one of my favorite vocalists is not Beyonce. It's Jasmine Sullivan. Like, when it comes to like singing and like, you know, that heartfelt stuff, I think that Beyonce is an amazing performer. For me, it's more so like a nostalgic thing because it's just I've been a fan since Destiny's Child and things like that, and just watched her. So it's just more so.
Like I said, I think she's a great performer. She can.
Beyonce is church trained, which is the reason why like you get this theatrics out of her, like because like her beginnings is in church, but which is the reason why like people like Jennifer Hudson. Jennifer Hudson is church trained.
I guess so, but
like,
okay. Final thought. I'll let you have the final thought. We're gonna move on. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, but she can't hold a candle to Beyonce. Can't hold a candle to Jennifer Hudson.
No, they're not. They're not even in the same category.
At all. I'm like church. Majority of singers, of Black singers, are church trained. So.
Yeah. Well, let me have the final thought. I think that I would love to see a sing-off between Jennifer Hudson and Kelly Price. I would love that.
Yes, I would love that too.
Because I love Kelly Price to
That's
death.
good.
That's okay. Yes, I love me some Kelly Price, honey. Yes, because she will make you just feel so sad. And she make you want to just...
Kelly Price, Kelly Price is an awesome singer, but she's a horrible person.
She is. I heard she's a terrible person. That is true. That's very true.
She's a horrible person, though. She is a horrible person.
Yeah. Woo child. We'll get to Kelly Price later because I want to do some digging on her because I've heard that. Now that's not the first time I've heard that she's a terrible bitch, but I want to dig into Kelly Price a little bit later. But somebody in the audience said that they wanted to talk. They wanted to read.
Stephanie.
What?
Stephanie, you know they didn't say that she was a terrible bitch. They said she was.
Oh Lord.
I gotta add a little razzle dazzle. Okay, we gotta keep the audience going. Okay, the audience got to know. All right, a little razzle dazzle. That's all. It's a little razzle dazzle. So I want to go and talk about Shantae, honey. Okay, so Shaunie O'Neal got married. We all know Shaunie O'Neal got married. Shout out to Shaunie O'Neal and her weird husband. So in the audience, somebody asked, can we talk about Shaunie? I call her Shantae because, honey, I'm not trying to pronounce her name. Shaunie O'Neal's husband, who happens to be a pastor. Well, a story had came out, which I'm not going to read because the article was poorly written, so I'll paraphrase it. Apparently, Shaunie O'Neal's husband is from the COHST church affiliate.
I'm not gay no more.
Yeah, that church. That was a perfect soundbite. God, that was a perfect soundbite.
Oh, that was perfect.
That's a perfect soundbite. I didn't even have to prompt you to say it. So he's from the COGIC.
Koji?
Yeah, Koji.
Is that the same thing as Cogent?
I think so. Or Cogent, COGENT is a mathematical term. So Cogent.
Yeah.
But no, this is from the Delivered church, and apparently he had tons and tons and tons of scandals after his first divorce. Allegedly, he ended up being in a long-term relationship with a fellow Cogent from the COGIC church for a number of years before he met Shaunie O'Neal, and so that's what everybody wanted to discuss.
Wait a minute, Cogent don't play that.
Well, apparently
the
there
Church
was
of God in Christ do not play that.
Well, they allegedly there was a non-disclosure agreement and a hush money. So hey, I'm just here to tell the news. I don't know nothing allegedly. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Child. Ooh, child. The scandal.
Ooh, Lord.
I saw a picture of him.
He's not gay no more. That's what he's saying.
Apparently.
She is a beard.
Yeah.
How long
Lord.
Child.
They just got married?
Like 3 days ago.
Just got married, yes. I seen that.
Oh, with him? Okay, I'm sorry. One of the Nosy Bystanders chimed in. This is from A_lyrical_love. Said him and apparently somebody named Ernest Pug, allegedly. I don't know who that is. But honey child. Yes, Ms.
What
Timms.
in the what? And the county let him pastor?
Look at they.
County let him pastor a church. They let them jokers. They turning the blind eye, Miss Brenda. Miss Brenda, they turning the blind eye. They know what he doing. Just like they know what the choir director was doing. That's like they know what the organist was doing. Just like they know what the usher band was doing.
She said the organism was doing.
They can't throw rocks. Cause you know what? Go speak, girl. Go. They can't throw rocks because they got some skeletons in their closet too.
Apparently,
I don't care how perfect we think we are. We ain't perfect. We ain't. And we strive to be mindful. But we ain't.
According to Margaret, that's half their membership.
Exactly. So don't put them on just because they're standing on the pedestal. You don't put them on the pedestal. Put them on one. Go ahead, girl. Speak.
Church.
Church. Girl, sister girl. Shoot.
Church. I gotta put on some
That's
deodorant.
Crazy though.
Give me a second.
And the congregants are first ones to say they against all that.
Well,
that's about you in a minute. That's those stones at you in a minute. You will be stoned. But
I'm happy you don't put this on YouTube because for real.
This is on YouTube. What are you talking about? You said, is it going to be on you? Yes, I stream from all three apps. I stream from YouTube, Voices, and TikTok. So I'm like, I got a crescendo going on here.
You streaming this on YouTube?
Yeah, this is streaming live.
The church is coming after you, even.
Even look, the best thing you can do is say allegedly, okay? Allegedly, honey.
I've already been kicked out about 2-3 churches right now. I'm on my fourth church right now.
Y'all, Eamon's on his fourth church right now. Po child.
Look. Oh my Lord.
Woo child, the ghetto.
Well, Eamon, I don't blame you, baby. Because when they start playing church and not being and it's not church, then you might as well move on. Because all they doing is playing, and playing is something I don't do. I'm too old.
How old are you, Brenda? If you don't mind, the peanut gallery asking.
What?
How old are you?
Oh Lord, do I have to? I'm 60. No, you don't have to. I'm 60. I'm 60.
We love you, Brenda. Now come on now. We just got to know.
I am. I'm 60 years old.
That's it.
That I know.
Wait, why you saying that's it? That's enough.
She said that's enough.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
That's gracious. My bad.
Yeah, I'm 60 years old, y'all. And you know what? I have been in different churches, and I've seen them play church.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen them, they play like the prophets. That's for profit. Prophets on demand. I've seen preachers that sit up there and they'll tell you that you wrong, but they out there screwing every sister girl out there in the pews. So but you wrong because you out there doing. I done seen it all. That's when they play in church. You understand?
Yeah.
And I even been in church where the preaching dogged out gay people, dogged them out. You hear me?
Yeah.
And guess what? He went home to a man.
Oh, child.
That's crazy.
Oh Lord!
Hey, look,
and ain't nothing wrong with that because it's Pride Month. But be who you are. Be yourself. Don't be out there teaching damnation. And you got.
And when we knew when Juanita Bynum had beat her husband up and went on a tour and told everybody that he was abusive toward her. Really, she was the one that beat her husband up.
Yeah, beating him up. Yep.
Yeah, beat her husband up. Yeah, beat her husband up. Then went on a tour, domestic violence tour. And come out in their divorce that she was the one abusing him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Ooh, child.
I definitely remember that.
Ooh, child. Well, because you weren't here. You and Sister Girl weren't here for a few days, Brenda. So the crowd, we got total 300 people in the building. No, we got more than that. We got about 500 people in the building, and they've been looking for you, Brenda and Sister Girl. So y'all just gonna have to make yourself some active co-host. They wouldn't even listen. They wouldn't even
notice this. No, this is the first time I got my notice.
They
I'm
just
like, well, we've been looking for you. I've been looking for you.
They updated it, and so but they've been looking for you because I tell you, everybody dropped out of the live on Friday. They like, well, we're Brenda's sister girl. I said, oh, so we just can't talk. They like, oh no. So I'm glad you guys are here. So since this is a live show and everybody's just giving me recommendations, I'm gonna go through the comments and see what else you guys are trying to discuss, because we discussed a lot of this stuff Friday, but maybe not so much as in depth as we should have, probably. But since it's a Sunday show, I didn't want it to be so structured where we have to quickly switch from subject to subject to subject. But we were talking about Todd Chrisley. Now, I don't know, were you here, Brenda, sister girl, June, Eamon, when we were discussing that Todd Chrisley article where he had
about when he showed the IRS agent and all that,
where he was the
sex tape.
So if you guys don't know, we were reading an article. Last weekend, and it was discussing how Todd Chrisley had blackmailed his daughter with her own sex tape. We did discuss Kevin Gates and Dreka's relationship. Yes, Kevin Gates and Dreka have separated. Dreka Gates, Kevin Gates' ex or separated wife, is currently in a lesbian relationship with her personal trainer. So good for them, and happy Pride Month for them to come out. So good for them. So yes. But no, so we were discussing Todd Chrisley. I want to go back to that Todd Chrisley story because it's a lot more sinister than we like let on. We kind of skated over it really quickly, but the story is rather interesting because what kind of father blackmails their own child with a sex tape? Also, you guys smash these like buttons.
They're strange. So like, they're acquaintances. I wouldn't even call them father and daughter at this point.
I don't know what to call them. Scorned.
But even still, how
enemies.
Do you do that to your child, who you birth, who your blood? How do you do that?
I would call it Caucasian business.
Right, and that's what I was just about to say. I don't dabble in white people business. I don't.
Exactly, that's Caucasian business. Okay.
But we do
I don't dabble in white folks' business either, but I've watched their show from time to time, and they've always been a weird family to me. Like, the dynamic has always just been weird, from the grandma to...
Can you describe the dynamic, though, June? Because I have never watched the show, and maybe there's people in the audience who didn't.
I just always felt like this is... and like, I'm a Black woman, so I don't know if that's just how white people are. I don't know the dynamics of their family, but it was just like... Grandma, they were Southern, and just it's hard to describe. It was just weird. Like
it was like they were Southern, but they were like a bunch of friends on the show.
Yes, like not family, like
business partners, right?
Yes. Like like just a business arrangement where they come and film together, and then that's just it. Like, it was not like a... I don't know, like when I used to watch like Run's House or something, and it was like, oh, this is like an actual family. Like, for them, this was just like E-Man said, business partners who just signed up to do this show. You see their random grandchild, you see their son, and it just was weird. Like,
yeah,
their energy was always weird. Like the son definitely had like gay feminine energy.
Okay.
Chrisley always had gay feminine energy.
Quinn in the comments said that the older son had an issue with drugs. Is that true?
Yeah, they always touched on him having issues of being in and out of jail.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they would like have like little bits and pieces of like, oh yeah, well, so and so's in jail right now. If it was gonna be like an episode like where like there was gonna be like a controversy that was getting ready to happen before the episode aired, they're like, well, this happened. Well, this happened and he's on drugs, and then they would start the episode.
Yeah.
So like,
interesting. No, I didn't know the son had, again, I never watched the show. Wu Chow, my moderator here on YouTube, said, which son had the feminine energy? Kyle? And that's their question to you.
Yeah, the younger boy one.
Yeah, the younger one.
Okay, so I'm reading in the comments, they had custody of their granddaughter. Whose child was it?
That older one that's on drugs?
Their son. Yeah, the older son.
Chase.
Yeah, she's mixed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You need to go Google an image so you can see what she looked like.
I'm okay on that, but okay.
Oh, dang, she said denied. Click, click.
No, and no shade to the Chrisleys. I'm just not interested in, like, that's ghetto. You know what I mean? And no shade to them, but that's like ghetto energy, and I don't want to invest too much of my energy in that. They seem like they got a slew of problems. We're here to talk about it. We don't want to insert ourselves. But somebody else.
And Grandma seemed like she was drunk all the time.
Was
she
drunk all the damn time?
And maybe that was like the dynamic that was sellable. Like, oh, the cute, fun, drunk granny. But that's not fun. Who wants a granny with alcoholism?
No.
But Granny was Granny was the best part of the show. I ain't gonna lie.
Was she?
She was, because she was funny. Like,
the Granny was funny
just because she was drunk. Yeah.
So then it worked, right? The dynamics worked.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like the Kardashians, right? Kim is the serious one, and Khloe is the one that's Khloe is the one that's like very isolated, and I'm sorry, Khloe is the one who's kind of aloof, and Kourtney's pretty isolated, right? She just doesn't give a shit about anything. And those are dynamics of their personalities they sell. And so if they sell the personality that Granny's a drunk and she's also hilarious, and you think she's hilarious, well, then it works,
Kendall was always my favorite because she was always trying to be regular, like, and the rest of them was always trying to be something that wasn't.
Extraordinary, just unusual. The only one I actually liked is Kourtney. I still do. She's the only Kardashian I actually like because she always puts Kim in her place. And they hate it. They all hate it. They hate Kourtney, but they signed her to a contract and they can't get rid of her. I'm telling you, if the Kardashians could have gotten rid of Kourtney, they would have excommunicated her so fucking fast because they did not like Kourtney, and Kourtney did that on purpose. I remember there was an episode where Kourtney had just bought a house. Scott lived with her, but he didn't own the home, and she had just bought a home. And Kris Jenner, the mom, comes over and she's like, "Oh my gosh, you don't have any art or anything on your walls." So her mom goes to like a store like Michael's, and she's like, I'm looking for some frame stuff for my daughter, and da 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 da. So she calls Kourtney, and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna have some stuff sent over for your walls." Kourtney like throws it all away. She's like, "I don't want stuff on my wall," and she did it on purpose. Kourtney actually loves art, and she actually loves those things, but she purposefully would leave her walls bare so her mother wouldn't come to her house. Like she was, you know what I mean? She knew how to psychologically fuck with her family, and they hated her. They couldn't get rid of her because she's the only one. She attended the University of Arizona here. So she's the only one who actually has a degree in business management, that they needed her because she's the only one who knew how to run the numbers. So Kourtney was the numbers bitch. They couldn't get rid of her because she was very much tied into the family business, but they still don't like her. To this day, they don't like her. They don't include her in anything that isn't contractually obligated for them to include her. And so I've watched the Kardashians for years. I stopped watching about 5 or 6 years ago, but they completely, like, if they don't have to contractually have Kourtney there, she will not be there. They don't like her. And I've always loved that about her. I just always loved that about her. What I didn't like was those two weird twin sisters they would hang out with, those two Black girls. Those bitches were always weird to me. He says, "She's so sarcastic," and I love it. Yes. Yeah, she went to the University of Arizona. She's an alumni here. She got her degree in business management.
I never knew that.
Did she go to the U of A? No, she went to USC. I apologize. She went to the University of Southern California. But yeah, no, she went to the U of A. It was one of the two. She either went to the USC or U of A, and I can't remember which one. But yeah, so her and Rob went to USC. Okay, yeah, they went to the Trojans, the University of Southern California. It's a private university, and it's one of the most difficult schools in the world to get into. That's where, what's her name? Those celebrities got arrested in Project Varsity Blues. What's her name from Full House? And William H. Macy's wife. They both went to jail for a number of days for sneaking their daughters into University of Southern California. Lori Loughlin. Yes. So they
the
fudged
test scores.
the test scores. Yeah, it was a federal investigation called investigation of Varsity Blues or whatever. So yeah, they were watching them for a number of years. They was sneaking their kids into that school, and they better be glad their daughter didn't go to jail. And their daughter, they had her fake a photo shoot so she could pretend to be on the row team to get into the University of Southern California. She was on the row team for one day, got the scholarship for the row team. Fucking sick. I mean, the stuff people will do to get their kids into a really good university. It's maddening. Think of all the kids who didn't get into USC. That's just one university. Imagine all the other universities around the world that people do this to sneak their kids in. It's strange fruit, if you ask me. It's strange fruit. I'm sorry. Let me scroll to the top. I'm seeing you guys are suggesting some stuff you wanted to discuss. So let me get to the top, and then my co-host, if you want to chime in anytime you like. Hold on 1 second. All right. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm trying to correct myself. Yes, she went to the University of Southern California. I thought she went to the University of Arizona. I can't remember who went here. I cannot remember. Someone went here. I could have sworn it was Courtney. Let's talk about Kevin Gates. Dear Lord. Okay, so for anybody who doesn't know, Kevin Gates and his wife are currently separated. Kevin Gates is allegedly dating JoJo from Love and Hip Hop Miami, and his wife is currently in a lesbian relationship with her personal trainer. Apparently, it was
I say good for Drika.
What was that?
I say good for her because Kevin Gates has openly talked about like all the women and things that he's done in his rap songs. So go off. I don't know. Like, I think good for Drika. Good for his wife or his ex-wife. I don't know.
What's a side note, but somebody asked, did Courtney ever date a black man? What's Alicia Keys' husband's name?
Swizz Beatz.
Yes, Courtney dated Swizz Beatz twice. He was on he was on like 3 episodes of the Kardashians, like maybe seasons 1 or 2, and it was before she dated Scott. She didn't like him. She's like, I'm just not into him, and then she started dating Scott. So yeah, but no, you're right. I think I don't know much to think about Kevin Gates, and his situation with his wife. Happy for his wife if she's happy, if she's bi, if she's pansexual, or if she's just a true lesbian, then yeah, great, good for her. You know what I mean? Kevin Gates, on the other hand, I'm not a big fan of his fake faux wokeism.
Yes.
You know, you gotta treat a woman right. But you be punching bitches at concerts. We saw that. We know why you went to jail. He punched a woman at a concert. Miss me with that, Kevin Gates. Miss me with that, honey. You out here punching bitches at concerts talking about you got to love black women. Okay, sir. Okay. That's what you call love.
He gives off Hotep energy.
You think so? Is he a Buddhist?
Just a little bit. I think he's Muslim.
Oh.
Or I think he's that. I don't know. I've seen him do various things where I didn't know for sure.
Yeah, he is Muslim. I thought he was no lie, June. I thought he was a Hebrew Israelite.
That's why I said he gives off Hotep energy. Like
he do give off Hotep energy. I'm not a big fan of his. I feel like he gives me fake. Just like, I love women. Women should be respected. Your body is your temple. But he does. It seems like it doesn't reflect in his private life, you know.
Because on the other hand, like you said, you're kicking women in the face. Like what?
Yeah, what's that about? You know, the same thing with what's his name, Gucci Mane.
Oh.
Punched a woman straight at a concert.
Yeah, it's like people have completely forgotten about that.
People have completely forgotten about him lying about fucking Angela Yee. I didn't. I forget.
I never heard about that.
Child, let me tell you the tea, honey. So,
yo, that was a whole interview. There's a whole video on that.
I can't play it because it belongs to the Breakfast Club, and I'll get a community guideline violation. But honey, I watched the interview back and forth, up and down, side to side. Okay, so let me tell you how it goes. Zoom
Yeah,
in. Okay. So
Gucci.
before Gucci, so this is how I'm going to refer to him so you guys know. There's fit Gucci and there's fat Gucci. Okay. So we're talking about fat Gucci. You got it?
Pre-jail Gucci.
No, fat Gucci. Okay, so fat Gucci was on the Breakfast Club. He was there before his trial. I think he went to before he got a warrant out for his arrest, and he had an interview with the Breakfast Club. Very standard, normal. Got it? Apparently, there was an event in New York that night, and some stuff was going on. And then Gucci went to jail. Well, apparently, the rumor was going around that they were at an event. Angela Yee was drunk. This is alleged. Angela Yee was drunk, and she was trying to get Gucci's hotel key. Okay, that's the tea. So Angela Yee had all those years while Gucci was in jail to kind of like repudiate it and let it die down. Obviously, Gucci can't speak for himself, and so he is in jail. So the story is over, or so you think. So enters Fit Gucci. So now Fit Gucci, who is exceedingly wealthy, right? His albums are going diamond on the Billboard music because he's in jail, right? So his numbers go up. His wife is investing his money properly. So Gucci's walking out of jail a multimillionaire at this point. And he is also entering into his an additional record deal, which is like upwards of between $20 and $50 million. So the nigga was walking out of jail impeccable. And he's fit. Right? He's got this fantastic diet. He looks great.
And new teeth.
And new teeth. Okay, so the Breakfast Club, of course, call him up. Oh no, you got to give us an interview. You know what I mean? You got out of jail. Yeah, you got out of jail. You got money. You just got married. His wedding was on VH1. He riding a high hog, and he's just signing all these new artists. He had signed Mulatto. Mulatto's doing great. So he's signing all these artists. He goes on the Breakfast Club. Angela Yee is sweating her dick off. She's like, you know what I mean? So Gucci comes in, Angela's there. Charlemagne ain't no goddamn help. So they're like, let's just air it out because we want to talk about Gucci and jail and his experience and his work, blah, 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 his wedding. But we got to get over this Angela Yee rumor. Gucci ain't no fucking help. He just sitting there like, you a lie. You a lie. You this, and he's saying it very smooth. He's not even coming off this. He's coming off very disrespectful, but he's like, no, Angela, you tried to fuck me. You was trying to get my hotel key. And he went into detail. So when I heard it, I was like, oh, I think he's telling the truth. I think he's telling the truth because he didn't seem like she was sweating. When I say she was sweating out her perm, honey, she was sweating her perm out. She was sweating her perm out. She was like, no, that's a lie. And I just don't appreciate you making these lies. And then, of course, feminism and some other bullshit. And then Gucci just held his own. He was like, no, you tried to get my hotel key. We was at the da-da-da-da-da. You gotta watch the interview. Watch the Breakfast Club interview. Now, I'm sure Angela Yee
he brought up the memories and everything. Like, it was almost like receipts. Like
it's almost like the nigga sat in jail and couldn't forget. He was like, I got something for this bitch when I get. I don't like Angela Yee, so I could care less if somebody comes after her. Again, I'm gonna say it one more time. I still think K. Michelle should have beat the brakes off of her.
Agreed.
That's my word. I'm gonna stick to it.
Like total pulled up on Wendy Williams.
Yeah. Yes. She is sneaky. Angela Yee is very, very sneaky. And I totally agree that K. Michelle composed herself. Because if this was K. Michelle Loving Hip Hop Days, K. Michelle Loving Hip Hop Days, honey, would have beat the brakes off of Angela Yee, bonded herself out of jail, came back to the Breakfast Club, and did it again.
Right. And she would have made a song about it.
Yeah. Angela Yee was just trifling, just going around town saying horrible things about K. Michelle when K. Michelle's album dropped. Her album went platinum. It was just, just a dry hater. Angela ain't never had no fucking talent. Her family is interconnected with that radio station. That's how she got the job. She swears she's not from the hood and she's so proud of going to a preparatory school. She's just, people don't like her. I don't like her. I never liked her, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I think Angela Yee tried to play off the fact that Gucci back then was always so high and drunk off of lean back then that he wouldn't have remembered that.
Yeah. No, he remembered. Oh, he remembered. Gucci man, don't forget. Gucci,
not a thing.
Gucci, don't forget. Now, if you would have said that about someone else, I mean, I'd be totally staunch against him because I don't agree with men talking to women like that. But Angela Yee totally deserves it. Totally,
yeah, she's the one.
Totally deserve. Can't stand her. She makes me sick. Allegedly. She allegedly makes me sick. Okay. Can't stand her. Drives me crazy because she's just a talentless hack, and it's just rather annoying. It's rather annoying. So let me read some of the comments from the Peanut Gallery here on hold on one second. I want to get to some of the comments before we get to our next subject. So we have Zoom. I'm going to start off with I don't know why it says Leam on here, but this is the Voices app. I don't know what's going on with this Voices app. Someone said Gucci is banned from the Breakfast Club, as he should.
He ain't going up there no more.
As he should be banned from the Breakfast Club. The way he sliced and diced Angela Yee like that, and also too, Charlemagne and DJ Envy did not defend Angela. So
really, girl, I gotta see this interview.
I mean, they didn't defend her. They didn't defend her like they should have. What's up, Tim? Where's the other app voice? Oh, where are the other voices coming from? The Voices app. Someone said Fat Gucci was wild. I met Fat Gucci. Funny enough, yes, I did. So me and my sister were going to see my other sister. She was stationed in Fort Bragg, and she had my cousin Juicy. Yeah, I got a cousin named Juicy. My cousin Juicy decided to go on this crazy road trip. We stopped off in Memphis, and him and a bunch of other promoters were passing out his mixtape. And I want to say this was like 2011, 2012. And they were in a white Phantom at this nightclub in Memphis. We waited in line. We got tired of waiting in line. The line was so long. Turns out Drake was guests there at the nightclub we just randomly chose in Memphis. And yeah, he was there in some white Phantom passing out CDs from the trunk. It was very much Memphis energy. Very much Memphis.
Now, this was Fat Gucci?
This was Fat Gucci. Yeah, this was Fat Gucci. Yeah. It was Fat Gucci. We waited in line for about an hour. We found out that's why the club was packed. I was like, okay, whoever this Drake character is or whatever. So we just decided, we'll just go back to our hotel. But I met Fat Gucci. I've met a lot of rappers in my hey hoochie day, okay? My hey hoochie day, okay? Back in the day, okay? But none memorable, right? I met Future. I've met ASAP Rocky, ASAP Ferg. I met Future. I met ASAP Ferg. I actually met them in the Velvet Club in Atlanta. I missed meeting Drake by literally seconds. Literally seconds. He was shooting a music video in Southern California, and me and my sister, she was on. I was driving. She was on Instagram. She's like, "Look, I think Drake is shooting a music video over here." We pulled up. Funny enough, we were all driving the same vehicle. We had a stretch black Suburban. So when we pulled up, they must have thought we were with whatever, because it was tinted. I don't know why the fuck they tinted these windows. So they tinted the windows. And so we were like, oh, is Drake still shooting his music video here? And the lady was like, oh, I thought y'all were with him. He had the same vehicle. I was like, no shit. She's like, no, they left about 10 minutes ago. I was like, damn, we'd have been in the music video, honey.
The only people I've ever met is gospel artists. Dang, I feel like I ain't met no daggone body.
This is from Sophia. She said, let's talk about Amanda Seales. I know.
Can't stand that girl.
Okay, well, I guess we talking about Amanda Seales.
What about Amanda?
She's so exhausting. I want. Let me stop.
1 minute she an advocate, 1 minute she the enemy. Like, I don't understand.
I think that she should have got her just due. If they're talking about like The Real, I think that she should have definitely got her just due for her time on The Real. But I think that, Amanda just ain't everybody cup of tea, child. I don't know.
Well, well, now, Now, what do I think about Amanda Seales? I think she's the female version of Charlemagne the God, okay?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Allegedly, honey. Allegedly.
I'm going to agree with you.
I'm just not a fan of hers. I think she's, no shade to comedians attempting to be advocates. We love that, the wokeness. But again, when stuff goes on in the Black community, the first people we look to is Amanda Seales, and I'm just like, so Dr. Cornel West he wasn't available to he wasn't available for comments.
Let's get Amanda on the line. Okay.
Funny enough, I actually met Dr. Cornel West in
Dave
Cleveland.
Chappelle said, he said, why when 9/11 happened? Why did they call Ja Rule? He was like, Ja Rule. He said, we need to call Ja Rule. He said, what's going on in New York? He said, call Ja.
That's what I think about Amanda Seales. When something Black empowerment goes on, and I understand there's some fans in the crowd who love her. This is yeah. So a Black person has been shot in South Central LA. Call Charlemagne. What's Charlemagne gonna do? What is Amanda gonna do? Give us another book? Yeah, we got books coming out. Ain't nobody reading those fucking books. Okay. But I digress. I'm sure you guys love Amanda. She seems like a great lady, but she's just not my cup of tea over here. Apparently she's not any of my co-hosts. We have Bonsai on the stage and Brenda. Brenda, did you want to add anything? If you know Amanda Seales, did you want to add anything to this? Oh, Brenda might be busy. Bonsai, did you want to add anything to our discussion about Amanda Seales?
Not really. No, it's not that. I actually do agree with some of the things that Amanda says. Amanda is very matter of fact, but she does have a degree, and she always says that I have a degree in African American studies, so this is why I can say this. So then I'm like, okay, but some people are pretentious, so you just take them with a grain of salt and you move on. Now, is she my Messiah? No. Yeah. Do I go for her? Do I go to her recurring events? No. When things happen, do I go looking for her? No. Yeah. But her special was funny, though.
Yeah.
Her special was funny, though.
Now, and no shade to no shade to Amanda Seales. She's just not my cup of tea. Apparently she's not.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's not you. I don't think you were shady at all. Everybody, everything ain't for everybody. That's what that is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just not. Everything's not for everyone.
I did want to say that I think that the reason why Gucci Mane went so hard on Angela after all of them years about her trying to get his hotel key was probably because his wife was probably bringing it up.
Could be.
You see, because I think that Iman said it best. I think they slept on him. She was, disregarding him because he was an addict and he was a drunk, and look at the way he looked. You know what I'm saying? She probably didn't know what she was doing. She was probably drunk, not knowing. And I think he did say that in an interview, you was drunk. You probably don't know, but I remember. I believe him. But I love me a hood nigga. So.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be straight up and down with you.
Don't we all?
I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold you either. Bonsai, ain't nothing like a hood nigga.
Exactly. And they be toxic, and not to take my husband. Y'all was talking about Kevin Gates, right? Mm-hmm. And he is, or I do have to be honest, y'all right. He is on some fake hotep shit. He is. But I think it's fucking hilarious, and his advice do be right. But he's just like a typical hood nigga. He don't take his own advice. Because how can you give people such sound advice, but then you treat your wife the way you treat her? And we know what she's done for you. I would never say nobody guilt you, but the way he described her all of these years, it's like she held him down so well. So it's like, I don't know. It just, what you saying don't match what you doing to her, but it's not our business. Like you said, Stephanie, if she's okay and she's moved on and she's, I don't know. It's Sunday. I'm a little drunk, so.
I don't have anything to drink except uncaffeinated green tea iced tea, which is delicious. But yes, no, I totally agree with you on the Drika situation and the Gucci Man situation. Hell, even the hood nigga situation. I agree with you on all fronts. Okay.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Just saying, ain't nothing like 'em. They just ooh, child. Let me get my as Brenda would say, let me not get my panties in a bunch.
Why was I just thinking about Umar Johnson? Why was I just thinking about Umar Johnson? And I jump into the comments, and that's who I see down there.
Who?
We need to talk about this man.
Who, Umar?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm glad you guys are watching the chats because again, there's a lot. I got 3 going. I don't know if you can see bing, bing, bing. You can see my eyes moving because there's 3 screens. So I have 3 going. So I can't always catch the chat. And Sophisticated, thank you for correcting me on how to pronounce your name. So let's talk about Umar Johnson, right? Hotep King, the king of Pan-African. Hold on, let me get the intro in. Hotep King, king of Pan-Africanism, and the king of Cash Apps, and smashing that like button. What do you guys have to say about Umar Johnson? I'm listening. I'm all ears. Scammer.
Okay, so this man, people have been donating money to this man for probably about 10 plus years.
Yeah.
We ain't seen no school for young African American boys. We ain't seen no tax exemption, which when he did say that he was supposed to get this tax exemption, he blamed it on this white lawyer. That he said this white lawyer messed up the paperwork. I'm sorry, but if you so about black people, why did you go through a white lawyer to get this paperwork?
But okay, let me just before you go on, let me correct you. Umar Johnson does have a 501c3. So I'm going to just reiterate that. He may have had hiccups in the beginning, but he currently does have one.
When did he get that?
I did a 3-part series on Dr. Umar Johnson. I want to say 2021. He filed his taxes for his 501c3. And
he finally got that?
Yes, and because he's 501c3 verified, his taxes are public record. So me getting his taxes is not illegal or
doxing. Yeah, because before he kept making up excuses on why he didn't have that. Because he went on live because people kept hassling him about it because he had bought a building and people kept wondering why he bought a building that was in such bad shape.
Okay, so let me correct you on that. Umar Johnson did not purchase that building. Umar Johnson was gifted that building for $10. I just want to correct that. Again, it's on his taxes.
Okay, how do I feel about Dr. Umar? I'm sorry if I cut you off. My daughter was talking to me.
No, it's okay.
Okay, you need to go lay down. You have to go to school. Okay.
Oh, she's got to go lay down.
You do know that doing a 501c3, if he been getting those donations for years, him filing taxes on his 501c3 now, then what's happened to the taxes he filed prior to now?
So let's go over that because again, I have a copy of Umar Johnson's taxes. According to his 2021 tax filing, Umar Johnson stated that, which I believe, and I'm going to tell you why I believe it after I make this statement, okay? So Umar Johnson stated on his 2021 taxes that he had $594,000 in liquid cash. Now, why do I believe that he has that money? I don't think Umar Johnson is stupid enough to lie to the IRS. In my personal opinion, I don't think he is. I personally don't think he would lie to the IRS. Now, could he tell the people who still support him and Cash App him and PayPal him that he has that liquid cash? Well, no, because I've never heard him mention it. But I do believe that Umar Johnson does have access to that cash and that he might just be living off of it in increments. That's my opinion. Yes.
Well, he has to be because he has no real job other than traveling and doing those lectures, which I know he charges pretty money because I know this girl who goes to those lectures and he charges a nice little dime to sit down.
Yeah. So I do believe that Umar Johnson does have that cash. But the crazy part, because that I had people when I made that 3-part series on Umar Johnson, people said, well, he's going to use that money to hire teachers and this and this and this. Okay, and that's fine and good and well, right? But how are you going to get there if you don't even fix the HVAC? The HVAC, according to a lot of the estimates that I looked up for commercial HVAC, will run him $250,000. He has the money to do that. Includes labor and material. So he has the money to get his HVAC done. Why is he not getting it done? Still no clue.
This is why you say he was gifted the building. He's not being honest about it. He's done a whole series. He did a whole series, like a cost breakdown on the building, how much everything would cost. Because he was like, if I could get this person to donate this, and this, I can pay for the labor, but I can't pay for the materials.
Yeah.
So, but that only means that even if he was gifted the building, he's saying he can pay for the labor to fix the building, but he can't pay for the material. So he could have been gifted it.
Well, he could have filed an audit. Again, I didn't see the audit, but he could have filed an audit. So maybe he doesn't have access to that liquid cash. We don't know.
I'm sorry.
But
One second, you guys. Hold on 1 second, you guys. I just don't want you guys to talk over each other. So let me just hear from Brenda first. That way the audience can hear you in case it gets distorted.
Okay. So where's his 990 from the years prior?
He got his 501c3 in 2020. And filed his 2021 taxes. I did not see tax filings for Umar Johnson's. His 501c3 is called Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. That's his 501c3. I did not see any filings from the prior year.
So then all those.
How did I get kicked out? I got kicked out the room.
I do taxes year round. I do them for all kinds of corporations and everything. Uh-huh. So any donation prior to that was not tax deductible.
Correct.
You just gave your money away.
That's right. Yeah, no, that's right.
All right. So this is my opinion about Dr. Umar.
Okay.
Dr. Umar makes my butt itch, right? For several reasons. And hear me out. For one, like, his whole vibe is off. It seems like a game to him. Not a game, but like, it seems like he's running the game. You know, like, black love this, black love that. Like, miss me with the bullshit, even though I do love a black man. I married a black man. My father is a black man. But it's like, don't do that, because people fall in love with whomever they want, and I'm not going to judge them, right?
Yeah.
So that's the first misstep. Then the next one is you always asking for money, and then look, stepping out of nowhere, figure out that you done took these people money and you ain't did shit. You could have been did the HVAC, and even I know, as a person that does payroll, there's tons of grants and government subsidies you could get because you want to start a school for minorities.
Thank you, baby.
Do that and get the money. So even if you had the capital to pay for the equipment, like the actual HVAC system and not the labor, or for all of that and not the teachers, you could get subsidies. You bullshitting and you playing with people. And this is why people don't give. I don't be giving to people like that, because you're not about to play with my money. And then I feel bad and feel some type of way because somebody was supposed to help some kids. And that's why he make my butt itch, because it's confusing. Yeah. Like, stop it. That's how I feel.
Y'all do understand that there are grants out there. And again, I'm going to tell you, I'm not boasting or anything. I have a law degree. I do. I just did not set for the bar because I became disillusioned with the law. But
not Brenda being our expert lawyer.
What? No. But what I'm trying to say is there are grants out there that he could have gotten. Mm-hmm. That is like 2.some million. I know this because I wrote one of them. Okay, so it's a grant, a government grant, I think it was $2.2 million, right? Over I think it was 5-year period. Now, why didn't he do that?
Because
why I be like, no, sister girl boy, no. I write you a grant. You want me to write you a grant? Okay. Especially when it comes to underprivileged kids and trying to teach them or trying to feed them. You can get if you got a 501c3, if you can, and you talking about feeding kids, teaching kids, you can get a grant when you can't get nothing else.
Yeah. And now here's my opinion. Let me just say this before you jump in real quick, Iman. I think that I agree with Bonsai. I think it's just a grift. I don't think he cares to file grants and do all that. I don't think he even wants to be on the government's radar, to be honest with you. I think it's just a grift. And I think if people keep giving him money, he won't stop. And the part that really infuriates me is that Nick Cannon, who we will be discussing next week on the show, keeps having this nigga on his lives, on his podcast. Well, every time you have him on there, all you're doing is lifting him up, uplifting him, and making him available to a wider audience to grift. It's annoying.
The Breakfast Club does too.
Yes.
And his video does millions of views.
Millions. I'm shocked. I'm like, what is happening? Or are they all in on the grift? I'm starting to think,
I think a large part of it too is that they know that a lot of people look to Dr. Umar to laugh at him. I'm sorry. I'm one of those people that listens to hear like a one-liner of something crazy that he probably will say. But a lot of people, I don't think that the Breakfast Club or Nick Cannon don't realize that there are a lot of people who are listening to what he's saying and actually taking him serious. And he's poisonous for like the Black community.
Yeah, very. He is quite toxic.
Stephanie, I think they might do a study on Dr. Umar in 20 years too if they keep it up. It's dangerous. Even though, like June said, people get one-liners, but there's also people that truly believe what he says because there's a lot of people out there looking for a leader. You know what I'm saying? They feel like Black people was robbed of a leader. They don't know which way to go, to make Black people proud and make themselves proud. So they want to follow somebody. Yeah. Someone like Umar and even TD Jakes, that man Jamal in Baltimore, whomever. They just look towards people,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the worst thing about that is that we as Black people, we do look for people to lead us when we don't need to. We don't lead ourselves. That's what we need to do. We lead ourselves. We know which way we need to go. Why are you looking for a man to lead you?
I look for people that seem honest. That's our problem. Like,
but that's the problem, Iman. They seem honest, but they're not. And there's no good man. I really do believe this. I do not believe that there's no good, honest man out there that has not been corrupted by the system. Because they'll start off good, and then all of a sudden they done flipped on us.
You don't think there's one?
I can't sit there.
I can name a few.
I can't sit there and say that. I don't believe there's no good man that hasn't been corrupted when money has been involved. If there hasn't been something that has been monetarily gained, I think there's purely people out there like if there's a good man out there who had nothing to gain. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If there's somebody already out there that already has it all, and they're just purely out there to give and to teach.
Yeah.
If you're purely out there just to take, then you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's kind of like Donald Trump syndrome.
Yeah.
It's like that man already has everything. So what did he do? He came in there and tried to empower people to act crazy and do what he wanted. You know what I'm saying? Like, have you ever sat back and noticed the power that he had over people?
Yes, but yes, right. So yes, and I totally understand that. I understand. We know Dr. Umar Johnson, and I just don't want to go into a tangent about Donald Trump because we know he's a crook. But
I'm just using him as
he is a crook.
Yes, I got you.
I'm just using him as
he didn't try to empower nobody but him. He did not have everything. He had everything but that crown that he wanted.
Yes.
But he thought he wanted to be king.
I was just trying to basically say that people were trying to basically pedestal themselves.
Yeah.
And that's what I was just trying to say, was that people like Umar try to pedestal themselves, as in like, oh, look how I'm trying to uplift the Black community by being super pro-Black. You know, look at me. I'm trying to do this for us.
Yeah, but in actuality, it's for him.
Yeah, it's for him. That's all I was trying to say.
Now, hold on one second, you guys. We have two more people on the stage, and I want to introduce them. So we have Leola. A lot of you know who she is. Blonde dreads, high cheekbones, and then we have Ashley, who I can't see her face. But hello, Ashley.
No, I mean, you called Dr. Umar Johnson like months ago.
Oh, people been calling him years ago, honey. I just got on the wave a couple months ago.
But I just to kind of chime in that like there is one person that all of us can look up to, and I think that we're not talking about it, but it's Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior.
I'm gonna mute you right now. Ashley, do you have anything you want to say?
Get on my nerves.
Yes, girl.
I hate her. Ashley.
Well, hello.
She was saying so serious too. I was through.
I think Malcolm X was a good man. Not to cut Ashley off, but if we talk about good men, first of all men are complicated, right? And he wasn't a perfect man. I don't think there's a perfect man, but I think that when he progressed in his religion and when he figured it all out, I think he was becoming a good man. You know, like none of them are perfect. I think that any man can be swayed, but I think that we have seen men in our history, you know, like just not even in the Americas, in Africa and all of that were attempting to be good men, and then people interfered and or killed them.
Got you.
You know, I think that's relevant.
Got you. No. Great. No, got you. I just want to hear from Ashley before you guys chime in. I want to give her a second because she's gonna be our final thoughts because we're wrapping the show up. You guys, this is the end.
You always be doing this. You be like hitting on topics and then be having me going to bed riled up.
That's how it's supposed to be, so you can get ready for the next night and the next night. But I want to give Ashley the final word. Ashley.
I would like to say this, that if he does all of these seminars and he's on all of these talk shows with all these people who make billions of dollars, right? If they want to invest in him, you have to wonder even why they want to invest in him. And also the fact that the basketball player, he was able to build a school and in a year?
Yes.
That guy.
Yes, LeBron James.
LeBron.
Yes. So you have to wonder if people who make millions of dollars have you on their platform to state what you're doing and why you're doing it, and even they won't donate to you, then it's like, what purpose is going there to get money from people who can't afford to give?
I mean, it's a great question.
That's what I wanted to say.
She got a point.
Thank you very much, Ashley. And so, no, you do have a great point. So if the millionaires won't donate to you, shouldn't that be a giant red flag for the people who may not be as financially able to? Shouldn't that be a red flag for them to not donate? Good question. We're probably going to pick it up on the next show tomorrow night, you guys. Thank you again to my co-hosts, Eamon, June, Ashley, Bonsai, Brenda, Leola, everybody here on YouTube who did not smash that like button, everybody here on TikTok who smashed the like button, and everybody here on the Voices app. So I'll see you guys later. Okay, give me a second because again, I have 3 screens up, so it's going to take me a while to close out all of them. But I'll see you guys tomorrow, 6:30 Pacific. You're welcome. 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern. Okay, see you guys later. Bye-bye. Okay, bye, you guys.